If you are thinking about making money on Shopify, this video is definitely for you. In today's conversation, I'm going to show you how to create a Shopify dropshipping store and explain to you how to start a profitable dropshipping business using Shopify. Don't go anywhere. You're going to love today's conversation. I guarantee it. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of the Awesome Sweetie Kiwi Show. How are you today? I hope you are doing fantastic. I'm doing marvelous, if you were to ask me. If you are doing as great as I am, go grab a cup of coffee, or tea, or vodka, and let's roll. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create a Shopify dropshipping store. In other words, how do you launch a profitable dropshipping business using Shopify? The first thing you need to do is to register on Shopify. You got to be in it to win it, right? So you go to shopify.com. Registration is always free. On Shopify, it's free. All you need is an email address because you need to confirm your account, and no credit card or other payment method is needed. Shopify offers all new users a 14-day trial on their system, okay? And so when you do your registration, you also need to provide a name along with your email address. This is important. The name will be used to generate your store URL during the free trial phase. So once that's done, Shopify will need your name and other details for the handling of payments. And this is a short form to fill, so don't worry too much about that, okay? This is important. So step number 1, register on Shopify. Step number 2, you need to install some very important apps, the dropshipping apps, okay? So once you have completed the registration process, you'll be brought on to another page. So you'll have your dashboard, and from there, you can start adding products to your site. And this is where you want to be very careful. So because what you want to do is you want to go to the Shopify apps marketplace. So you see the apps.shopify.com, and you want to search for Shopify. You want to search for dropshipping rather. So you search for dropshipping, and you want to click on Oberlo. And Oberlo is Shopify's own dropshipping app. Okay, so when the best way to really understand this is that Oberlo is a dropshipping platform that would allow you to easily search for and add dropshipping products to your store automatically. So once you've done the installation, you can explore the products on it. And we're using Oberlo in today's example, but there are other dropshipping platforms out there, especially on the Shopify App Store. You can use those, and you have Spockets and AliExpress. As a matter of fact, we have covered this topic of dropshipping apps in several videos. For example, how to dropship via Oberlo, how to dropship via Doba, how to dropship via Spocket. We even compare and contrasted Oberlo, Zendrop, Wix Ecommerce dropshipping, and 365 dropship. We also talked about how to dropship via Importify. We compare and contrasted Sell the Train versus Oberlo versus Niche Scraper versus Ecom Hunt. And we also talked about how to dropship on Wix e-commerce via Modelist. Step number 3, folks. You want to search for products. This is where things become very interesting, very exciting, right? So remember, it's all about creating a Shopify dropshipping platform, dropshipping store, right? And so you search for products. So let's use Oberlo in this example. You can see on the screen here, you go to your Oberlo dashboard, you click Explore Products to your right. You can see that on the screen. And using dropshipping apps is as simple as if you were shopping on an e-commerce site yourself. So you need to choose the category that you wish to browse. Next, you want to hover over the item you are interested in, and you want to click on Add to Import List. So once you have added all the items you want, click on Import List on the navigation bar of the Oberlo dashboard, for example. And from there, you can customize descriptions, categories, and other details. Remember, those are generic products. You're going to need to actually customize them so that it's pretty it's specific to your own store, okay? And please use as many filters as possible. So you can import selected products to your website. You can see on the screen here. You want to click import to store next to actions. Okay. So when you're satisfied that things are as you want, select the checkbox on the top left side and click import to store, and repeat this for all the products you selected earlier. One thing I want to say clearly here is that if you use a platform such as if you use an app like Overload, you're able to actually find the perfect dropshipping products. But it takes time, it takes preparation, it takes planning to find exactly what will work for you. Okay, and the best way to find the perfect dropshipping products, the best ways include, for example, find trending products that are great for dropshipping business. So you want to go on websites such as Kickstarter.com, Wish.com, and Google Trends, right? So you know what's really happening in the whole world, because the last thing you want is to buy products for dropshipping and you realize, those products are not hot anymore. They're not really trendy anymore. You don't want that. So you want to be close to the source. You want to find a niche dropshipping products. You want to do some kind of competitor product research. You can research product videos on Facebook, for instance. Remember, Facebook has its own marketplace also. You want to also search social shopping sites for products that sell. For instance, you have a Pinterest, Wanello, and Etsy. Those are great. You can also join online communities to find products to dropship, and you can go old school with Google. So once you have the products, you want to set up your store. You want to set up your Shopify store, and I want you to look on the screen right now. So here, you would see that here is your Shopify dashboard, right? So you can see that you have a series of elements right in the middle. You have find products, customize theme, add pages, organize navigation, add domain, set up payments, and review shipping. You're going to have to take care of all those elements here, okay? And one thing, we already covered find products. Now let's move on to customize theme. Okay, and you can see on the screen the current theme, and you also have the theme library. This is important for you, especially if you're interested in customizing your theme. Next, you want to think about adding pages. You can see on the screen here, you need to add pages. So you want to add pages to your online store so you can share your brand story and build trust with customers. It's very important to understand that pages, your Shopify pages, are part of your Shopify brand. They're part of your Shopify store. So you want to create pages that describe who you are and how people can contact you. Okay, so right now we only have the contact page set up, as you can see, but depending upon the store that you want to create, you can add as many pages as possible. Now, remember that at the end of the day, the more pages you have, the longer it might take to load. So have that in mind, okay? You just want to go straight to the point and have as many pages as possible, but you want all the pages to be relevant. You also want to organize navigation. You can see on the screen here. Here you help customers to find what they're looking for by organizing the pages on your online store. Make it as user-friendly as possible, okay? Use menus. So menus or link lists help your customers navigate around your online store. This is kind of important because when we think about the majority of customers navigating to your store via mobile, the last thing you want is to have a very convoluted website. You don't want that. You want a website that is very easy to reach and very easy to navigate, right? So you can use menus as prudently as possible. You can also create nested menus to display drop-down menus and group products or pages together. And you can also use collection and search filters, so you allow your customers to filter collections and search results by product availability, price, color, and more. And then you can also add domain. All right? I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another section of the Awesome Sweetie Kiwi Show. We are still having a conversation about how to create a Shopify dropshipping business, and I'm actually giving you a tutorial here, a step-by-step. And so we have covered a few things in the last section. Now you need to set up payments. It's important to actually set up payments if you want to be paid, right? That makes sense. So you want to start selling with Shopify payments. So you need to provide basic information about your business. This is important, right? You need a means through which you can collect payments from your customers. So Shopify actually works with a large number of payment processors, so you have a wide range of choices. So to set up payments, you want to click on the settings button on the bottom left corner of your dashboard. Okay, and next you can select payment providers. One thing I want to say here is that by default, PayPal is the enabled method. So you can either customize your account details there, or you can choose other payment processors by region. So where you are from will determine what kind of payment processors you have. Okay, some payment processors will require that you have an existing account with them in order to use them on your Shopify store. Even PayPal will require that you have a merchant account, but they will email you details on that later on. And the good thing here is that you also have other payment capabilities, including Amazon Pay. Step number 6, you want to think profits. To think about profits, we're going to focus on cost and revenue, okay? Let's first look at the cost. So you have the Shopify plans and pricing, how much it costs here, you can see on the screen. So you have basic Shopify, $26 per month. You have Shopify, the regular Shopify plan, this is $71 per month. And you have the advanced Shopify, which will cost you about $266. This is for if you want to actually launch a complete Shopify business, that's what you want to go for. And as you can tell by now, many of the other things that we have covered here are free and covering the cost of your Shopify subscription. So apps like Overload, Spockets, and AliExpress, along with hundreds of other apps, they are free. Some of them come with charges. Besides the hosting, you also need to think about your admin cost, right? Do you have a staff? If you have a staff, then you need to think about payroll. If you have, so you have to think about the diversity of costs that you have, okay? So that's for the cost side. Everything from web hosting to utilities to operating expenses, all these things should constitute your cost analysis. Now let's talk about revenue. So revenue, you need to determine your price range. Revenue will come from what? Will come from the price you charge on items sold through your Shopify dropshipping store. Okay, so like with all businesses, you need to make a profit with dropshipping for it to be a good decision, right? So after doing your product research and noting the prices that competitors are charging, you then need to look at shipping rates, supplier pricing, and other business costs to determine if the business model is for you and your online store. In other words, to actually set the product price for your store, you need to take the cost of the raw material. In other words, how much the supplier is charging you. If there are other costs, shipping is important. How much your rivals are charging. You also need to think about what are reasonable markup opportunities. What I'm trying to say here is you don't want to overcharge, but you don't want to undercharge. Because if you were undercharging, you'll be leaving a lot of money on the table, and nobody wants. This is not sustainable in the long run, right? You want to strike the right balance between profit and customer loyalty. And so you want to try to find dropshipping products which you can sell for at least $10 more than the price which you sourced them for. For example, if you're sourcing, let's say, a baseball hat for $5, then try to sell it in your store for $15 or $20. Okay, so in this case, your sale will cover the price which the sourcing cost, shipping cost, the cost of your marketing efforts, right? And will still leave you with a nice profit margin at the end of the transaction. So this is something you need to think about, especially if you're trying to set up a sustainable dropshipping business on Shopify. Another thing you want to think about here is you want to think constantly about what your rivals are doing in terms of pricing, in terms of a strategy, in terms of advertising, in terms of products, the variety of products, the description, the tags, their SEO strategy, both on Shopify and beyond. Are they advertising beyond Shopify? Are they using other tools? What is their sales funnel? You got to think about all these things and constantly learn. I'm not asking you to spy on them. even though competitive intelligence is something that is business intelligence is a legal term, but I'm saying just trying to see what they're doing better than you are and trying to emulate. Step number 7, you want to focus on service. So when I speak about service, there are 4 things I want you to pay attention to. I want you to pay attention to shipping, returns, customer service, and reviews. Those 4 elements constitute your service. So your Shopify dropshipping business will have stellar performance, stellar profits if you're able to focus on those 4 elements. First, the shipping. So the shipping, you have to think about what works for your audience and the kind of products you are selling. There is a constellation of dropshipping suppliers available to e-commerce entrepreneurs across the world, right? So platforms like Obelo make it easier to find reliable suppliers for different products. But you need to really be aware that every product requires a different type of shipping. Are you selling heavy products? Are you selling the products in bulk? Are you selling them piecemeal? Is the product regulated? Is the product is it a restricted product? For instance, if you want to buy it on Amazon, is the product ungated or gated on Amazon? So this will actually dictate your shipping policy, whether you want to ship the products for free. In other words, you absorb the cost or you charge the customer for it. You got to think about delivery times. You got to think about the kind of packages you are shipping the product in. So that's for shipping. You also need to think about your returns policy. If a client doesn't like the products, are you willing to take it back? How long does it take for the client to make his or her decision, to make up his or her mind in terms of returning the products for you to accept it? Think about customer service. If you're running a standalone Shopify dropshipping business, who's going to take care of your customer service? Are you outsourcing the whole thing, or are you taking care of the whole thing yourself? Think about reviews also. Reviews, we live in a world of social proof, right? So if you receive accolades from other clients, this is going to drive business to your store, to your Shopify store. So how are you going to use an app for reviews? There are a lot of apps that help you automate the whole review collection process. Things you need to think about. Okay, let's quickly just recap today's conversation, folks. This is a short tutorial on how to create a Shopify dropshipping business, and I've just to talk to you about the fact that you have 7 steps: register on Shopify, install apps, search for products, set up your store, set up payments, think profits, and focus on service. At the end of the day, is Shopify worth it for dropshipping? That's the big question here, right? In our opinion, yes. Shopify brings so much value to dropshippers that there really isn't anything to wince about in the pricing structure. Remember, for the price you're paying, you're getting everything you need to run an e-commerce business. In addition to that, Shopify has simplified so many things that virtually anyone can use their system. As long as you have some idea about the products you want to sell and are basically willing to spend some time on research, it's hard not to exceed on this excellent platform. Thank you so much for your attention, folks. I'll speak to you another time. Good luck and God bless. And stay marvelous.